He's going to do some healing and hold some space for people in the beginning. I know that for many of us, you know, there may have been stuff that happened yesterday that was not what we wanted. And we may be forecasting or, you know, foretelling this terrible future because of what happened. And I just want you to pull you back into this moment, right? Back into this moment. And let's see the future that we want to see as opposed to sitting in that negative space of fear. Nope, I am not 30. I am not 30. I have a son who turns 30 this year, actually next month. Yes, no, not at all. Good morning, Snea. How are you? Well, I turn 50 next month, so there's your number that you're searching for. I turn 50 next month. I level up. I level up. Master level. Right. Now people can say you're as old as dirt, because dirt lives for about 50 years. So you can say you're as old as dirt. We're timeless. That's the thing. Age is irrelevant. We're actually timeless. Yay! So happy to hear that, love. Oh, so much beautiful energy. Your favorite food is alright. Toshkoraisi kusho naisi kusho uskuraisi naisi kusho. Taskarai shuraisi. Hi. How are you? What's the WTF for? What's that for? Somebody's on TikTok or on YouTube and they're putting like yucky faces down. I don't even understand why. on TikTok, I'm like, you know, good morning, spiritual love. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about the meaning behind that. But anyway, go on your way. Go on your way. If you have nothing nice to say, just go on your way. Hello. So much love, Dee. So much love. Good morning. Good morning, Simon. I don't know. I had somebody that sent me a bunch of things on TikTok or on YouTube so far. Yeah, if it's not right for you, just scroll. Like, I don't know. I don't understand what the point would be to come on my feed and like put negative stuff, like to say stuff or to put like things out there. Like, I don't understand society where anybody feels compelled to tear other people down that they don't know. Like, I don't understand society. Like, I literally question what the fuck is wrong with people. Mwah. Right? Like, I don't understand. Like, if you don't like something, just pass by. If you don't appreciate something, then just go on your way. Like, nobody forces you to come and interact with my feed. Nobody pulls you here but you. You came onto my feed. So if you're on here, like, at least be respectful. And if you don't like what I'm doing, then just move on and go find what you do like. But to throw hate and stuff is just stupid. Hi, Elsie. Good morning, love. I gotta move this a little bit. Just see if we can share the space. My phone was a little bit low battery. Not my phone. Well, yeah. Anyway, we'll see. There. That's better. Now I can see all the comments. Right? Aw, hi, Chastity. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Right? Just cleared the room out. Said that's enough of that. We're clearing out the space. If you don't like it, move on. Nobody's forcing you to be here. That's the important. That's the point, right? That's the point. Nobody forces you to interact with me. Nobody forces you to say hateful things or to put hateful things in a chat. Nobody forces you to do that. That's something you're doing of your own choice. Right, exactly. Bye bye. Bye bye. Move along. mm. That tea is super hot. How's everybody doing? I know that in the States, wow. I know that in the States that you guys had an election last night, and I know that for a lot of you, you weren't happy with the results, and for a lot of you, you were, right? It was really 5 million people difference, right, between the two spaces, right? What are you doing for your health, Mandy? You and I had a couple of conversations and messages and stuff. And if you want to jump on a call, reschedule the call, but pay attention to the time that you're scheduling it for so that we actually connect. Whether you work with me in a small way, like coming in here for free, right, and just hanging out with me and getting whatever I give to you in this space, that's one way to connect with me. The next step up is a subscription group that I have that's $13 Canadian until January, where it becomes $22 Canadian. But in all fairness, you get to sit in a support group really 5 days a week where we're talking about healing and raising our vibration. And it's a very supportive group. And you have other healers and people that are there. So that's a $13 opportunity to work with me. Then, you can go deeper in the Sacred Union group, which is currently called Divine Feminine Healing Collective, but the Sacred Union group where we're doing powerful energy work and healing. So you could do that, or you could do an individual session or take education. I have Calm Spaces, which helps you build a resiliency toolkit for yourself. This Calm Spaces takes you through the Calm Spaces technique that I have, but it also teaches you grounding, mindfulness, breath work, and all kinds of things. And it's study at your own pace. There's, trauma awareness, which is a course that I created for individuals to be trauma aware, not just trauma informed. Information is great, but if you don't have practical tools to support you, then it's just information. So trauma awareness is a program that teaches you to be trauma aware while giving you practical tools so that you can support your nervous system and support the nervous system of everybody else. I love you, Yasmin. Have a beautiful sleep. Mwah. So much love to you, friend. So it gives you things to support your nervous system so you don't burn out from overcare and other things. And plus you can support your clients if you're moving into this space so that you can support your clients well. And then I have the Quantum Regression and Integration Therapy Level 1, which is Trauma Aware. Curate Level 1, which is my, because I studied to be master level so that I could train people in the Curate technique. And I decided to package it with trauma awareness because I really want to make sure that anyone that's studying in that technique and going to use it as a part of a business or whatever, that they have the ability to be aware of the traumas or careful with the traumas that other people have been experienced to support their nervous system and support the nervous system of their clients. So it's packaged together. So those are courses that you can take. So there's groups, there's courses, there's books and journals, there's education, there's individual sessions. I don't just do tarot readings. I don't just do, readings. My number one thing is I left my nursing career to create a company that would help you in healing. And because nursing, I realized that the real medical system is quite sick in the way that it is just keeping you as a repeat company. Right now it is 10:30 a.m., give or take a few minutes. Okay, so it's 10:30 a.m. What time is it where you are? I have a lot of people from around the world. I have people that interact with me from the UK, from Australia, from the States, Canada, South Africa, like all around the world people come and hang out here. So hopefully the times work for you, but yeah. It's 3:30, so yeah, you're 5 hours ahead. Right. Now, when you book the appointment should be booked in my time. Like it should be booked in your time. So you should be able to look at the time that you're booking it, and in booking it, and just show up for that time. So it should be at your time, not my time. Okay, if that helps. And hi, Simon. Hi, guys on here. I've been really processing things the last few days and activated like crazy. And I've decided that for some reason I want to purify whatever it is, or I want to transmute what it is through a fire. So I've been very, very hot lately. And the weather is really nice in Ontario right now, which is beautiful. But it's like 14 degrees out and I have all the windows open, and I've just finally got to a spot where I'm not too hot. I had planned on starting at 10, but it was just, I was far too overheated at 10 to be able to do it. So hopefully that cools down in the next little bit. Hi, Truth Wave. Right? I'm not either or, okay? I'm beyond that, but when I look at when I look at the whole thing, like, unfortunately, woke went too far. Woke went broke is the problem. And I'm not in politics. I don't believe, I believe that it is all a scam. That there's, whether you look at the big companies that really run the world, the ones that have like money that you can't even fathom. BlackRock, Vanguard, like that type of stuff. Those are what really run the world, or run the states. And I really feel you have the illusion of choice. I actually made a video of it this morning. So this was my little example of the illusion of choice in society. And I took a video of it, and I'm going to put it up later on after I review it. I just want to review it first. But I was walking my dog and picking up his poop. I'm a good dog owner. I follow society's rules. I pick up my poop. And I go to the garbage, right? And the top two, it has on one side a box that says litter, and then a circle that says recycle. And the the door was open. So underneath that was just a one box with a black garbage bag in it. So it didn't matter whether you threw it in the recycling or you threw it in the garbage, it's going in the same bin. We're booked. Lovely, Aunt Mandy. I look forward to it. So yeah, that's that's amazing, right? It's amazing. That whole illusion of choice, right? And I had heard this before. When we had our recycling got changed about what was acceptable and what wasn't acceptable, because the only reason why recyclables are that are there is because there's a market for it. If there isn't a market for the recyclables, then they go to the garbage. That's just the way it is. It's that simple. As and as ridiculous as that seems. So it's an illusion of choice. And even now, after everything that's happened in the States, like, the only thing that I will say on that is when the left wonders why the right was the one that prevailed, they went too far, right? And I'm somebody, I believe that everybody is a light being. There is no color, there is no culture, there is no race, there is none of that. But one thing I do feel very strongly about is allowing our children to be children and not doing anything to alter them from being children until they are adults and they can make a decision that's going to affect them long term. So I'm not even in the States. I don't even have a voting stance on, I don't vote. But for me, standing back here in Canada, looking at it from a very detached space, they went too far. It came out like all of a sudden the left came out and it was like headhunting on everybody. Oh, you said something 20 years ago, cancel you. And it became this, we are not accepting. We don't care. We say we care about inclusion, but we only care about inclusion when you think the way that we think, believe the way that we think, and agree with everything that we think. And that just went too far. You know, on the other side, as much as people can say they dislike the person that's representing them, they felt safer in knowing that some of the culture or the history or the morals that they align with, of like not doing that with children, they want to hold that dear, right? And it's like, no matter what, nothing was changing though, right? And I talked about this in the Canadian government system, how they still blame people that were in term like 3 times or 4 times ago. They're still their fault that Canada's the way that it is. And it's like, but what about the person that's been in power for the last 3 terms? Do they not take responsibility for not doing anything or for further doing stuff? So anyway, I just wanted to say that, you know, in this space here, though, it is a space of inclusivity, and it is a place of love, and it's a safe space. I don't care how you vote. I do not care. You vote for red, you vote for blue, you vote for green, you vote for orange. I don't care. Don't care. I care who shows up in front of me. I care who you are as a person. Because I don't allow the media to make me think that the neighbor that I have, that I love, that I have a great relationship with, that I should immediately hate and despise that person and cut them out of my life because they voted differently than me. Like that's not what we have here. Here is inclusivity. I don't care your vote. I care who you are. If you're negative to me, your actions are bad to me, that's when I make the decision that I don't want you necessarily in my circle. And depending on what you do, that depends on the access you have to me. That's it. It's you and your actions to me, not some arbitrary thing that somebody's making us think, right? So anyway, here you're welcome. I don't care how you voted. Okay? Here is a safe space for everybody, as long as you're being respectful. Then that's it. I vote for Tanya. Ha, perfect. Look, we get the red heart. We can have a red heart. Right? At the end of the day, I hope for peace. That's what I hope for. I send peace down to the States, this blanket of peace. This morning I did a meditation. I sent doves out all around the world as the symbol of peace, and hoping that peace can find its way into your heart regardless of who won or who didn't, regardless of what country you're in, regardless of what's going on. I hope that you keep peace in your heart and don't allow everybody else to dictate how you're going to feel, what you're going to think, or to hate other people based on something like that. Because I've talked about this before, and how when you see the information, the one side wants to make it seem like if you support this person here, it's because of these reasons. And the other side does the same thing. Oh, you're supporting this candidate for these reasons. But when you pull away that and you actually have a conversation, why did you choose who you chose? The person will say, I want freedom, I want this, I want that. And they feel that their candidate is the one that's going to bring that to them. But we all ultimately want the same things, right? We all want the same thing, right? We all want a safe space to live. We all want access to healthy things, healthy food, water, air, medical, right? We want to have healthy options. We want to have a safe space. We want to have the ability to make money, to keep money. We want to be free to do what we want in a lot of ways, right? So that's what I think collectively everybody wants. And then you get this person saying this and this person saying this, and they make you hate the other person, and then they make you think that if they vote that way, it's because of this stuff. No, everybody's voting. It's just what they're seeing is aligning with them in that way. It's not that, like, it just bothers me when people say in a blanket statement, right? I've seen so many things on my feed this morning since getting up, like people that, I can't believe that, 50% of the population hates women. I can't believe that, over 50% of the population is a racist. I can't believe that over 50% of the population is a bigot, right? And they're just saying all this, and it's like, so your blanket statement, you think that everybody out there that voted in a particular way is the same? Okay. I don't think that's going to hold up well for you, though, right? Because if that's the case, then everybody that voted on the other side, what you voted for, same thing. Are they all the same? Right? And then you're like, okay, so as we go through the Diddy stuff, when are we going to start seeing things like, I don't know, certain liberals getting arrested? And so if they get arrested for that, does that mean that you're that? Right? Like, it's just such a silly notion to me to think that everybody is the same in such a blanket way. Right. So, anyway, let's go to peace. Let's go to love. Let's have some fun here today. Let's enjoy ourselves. And good morning. I'm good. How are you? How are you? All right. 222 on here. We did. Now it's 2230. But we did have 22. Now 223332. It's all kinds of good stuff. Make sure if you're on here, just give me some likes. It does help to support me. Let's see what we get for some collective energy this morning. Do you see where I burned myself? A little burn mark. I didn't think I got a mark, but I did. And I'll tell you, it stings a little. Aww. Nice. Nice. All right. We had a cascade of cards that just fell out. So I'm gonna pick them all up though, and we're gonna ask like Spirit to be a little bit more discerning with the cards and maybe do one at a time. One at a time. Yeah. Right? It's like, whew, that was a lot of cards. I don't think we need to go through all of them. Let's start slow. Let's start slow. Let's start slow. All right, so what does the collective need to know today besides that, information that I gave about having peace and love in your heart? Let's see what else Spirit has to say for us today. Ooh, we got new beginnings. We got lots of cards coming out here. And twos as well. Here a cup, there a cup, there a cup. Ooh, the Page of Cups was hiding some stuff. Ooh, we got some cards, guys. We got some cards. I keep looking up because I'm so used to YouTube being up there that I naturally just look up to YouTube and looking for the comments or whatever. It's going to take a hot minute to get used to it because I really feel like I'm just looking at TikTok. Okay. So we've got the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups representing that we've been pouring from ourselves and we're getting quite empty. This is a time when it's very necessary for you to pour into yourself, right? A lot of times, and I talk about this in healing even, when we're healing or doing those types of things, if we're healing from our energy, we're taking from ourselves and we will eventually run out. Right? We will eventually burn out. We'll eventually become exhausted. When we channel and we heal, we're to connect to the source of energy and bring that through us as a channel. So it's just channeled energy through us. And as we're doing it, you can fill yourself up with energy too. But if you're early on, many of us go, oh, I'm healing and I have these gifts and I can heal people too. And so I'm going to do this. But we take from ourselves and we end up, like I said, we end up burning out. So this is an opportunity, and it could be in relationships. We've been in relationships where we've been giving more than we've been receiving, right? Maybe you have a friend that you've been supporting or you support in a lot of ways. Anytime that you see their post come up on your feed, you like it and, and you comment on it and, like whenever you can, you interact with it. And you notice that never comes back to you. That's an example of the Ace of Cups. You're giving energy out to somebody in a beautiful way and it's not coming back to you through that mechanism. So this is you pouring love into yourself so that you can fill up your own cup and you give from the overflow. Okay? We've got the 10 of Pentacles as well. Now the 10 of Pentacles, 10s mark beginnings and endings. It's the end of single digits, but when you add 0 and 1 together, you get back to 1. So it's a beginning and an ending, which is beautiful in Scorpio season to be receiving the card. But the 10 of Pentacles being in a shadow means that we're focusing on something to the exclusion of something else. Like we're being too concerned about the money and not concerned with the spiritual aspects of life. Or we're more worried about external things and we're not focusing on our worth. Okay, so this Ten of Pentacles, I feel like for most of us, it's just we're focused on the fact that there's not enough money or there's not enough resources coming in. So we need to realize that those resources can flow in easier when we are authentic, when we are sitting in our, hi Paul, love to you friend, when we're sitting in our authenticity and joy, right? Nothing brings about a change in your life faster than sitting in that space of childlike joy. Like if you want to learn something, go to childlike curiosity, whereas everything's new and exciting, and you know, it's that curiosity makes you open to learning. So if we maintain that concept of going to the child and in that childlike energy and enjoying life and loving life from that space of innocence and enthusiasm and just like a zest for life. Like think about back before you were, you know, in school, when you were, you know, 5 years old or 4 years old or 3 years old, and just how like how much fun or the way that you lived through life. It wasn't until we started to realize like the conditionings that we've been put under that we started to block out. We've got the Four of Cups in the shadow, and this is just confirmation that we're looking at our empty cups, right? We're actually oftentimes participating in our own struggles because we're focusing on the things that we don't want to see more of, thinking that by looking at it, we're going to somehow push it away. I'm gonna, you know, give that the attention. I want money. I want money is what we're going around saying. I want money. And the universe says, well, she really likes wanting money. She keeps saying she wants money all the time. So she likes wanting money. So we're going to leave her wanting money. You can want money more. You can want money more. More money, keep wanting, right? So we have to be moving past that state. We have to recognize the way that we're speaking about ourselves, our lives, the language that we're using, the focus that we're applying. Our attention is our currency. So when we give our attention to external things, we are giving our energy to that particular thing, which is going to grow more in our world. So if you're focusing on the lack, or you're focusing on what you don't have, or you're focusing on the things that are going wrong in your life, focused even on externally to other energy, that's when we stay in that state and more begins to build. I talked about it, how if you think about yourself sitting in a pool of water, right? You're just sitting in a pool of water and you'll notice little waves moving out from you because you're not completely still, right? You're going to be moving around a little bit in this pool of water. The energy that you're in is radiating out through ripples into the pond around you. They're radiating out. So if I'm sitting in a state of lack, I'm sending out all that energy of lack. And guess what's coming back? Lack. More lack. Just a different way. Don't know when it's coming back, but some point in time that lack is coming back to me. So it's about switching and actually looking at the cup that you have here that's being offered to you, that's just beautiful, and it may not be everything that you want, but it's a good start. And if we can focus on the things that we love in our life and that are working out for us and be grateful for the simple things, then God says, she's grateful for this, I'm going to give her more. Aw, the heart. We're really worrying. Some of us are even up at night worrying about this. Like we're very restless, not getting a lot of sleep because we are concerned and worried, and we're staying in the worry state. Don't stay in worry. Move yourself to solution. If the worst case scenario happens, what will I do? What are my options? So for me, worst case scenario is that I couldn't make it in my company and I have to close it. So what would I do if that happens? Well, I would go get a different job to make money, and eventually I would probably start a different company. Like I would not just give it up and never do it again. But that's the worst case scenario, is it doesn't work out and oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to get a different job, right? And if this relationship doesn't work out that you're in, well then what are you going to do? You're going to heal, you're going to move on, and you're going to find somebody new, right? If whatever it is isn't working out for you, there's something else that's meant for you that's better, or that's coming along, that's going to um, fill your life and you in a better way. Okay. Finally, we have the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is about protection. So how can you put up protection for yourself? And so a lot of times we have these visions or these ideas or these goals and dreams, and other people will come along and be like, who are you to do that? Why would you do that? I can't believe you'd go and do this. I can't believe you would go and do that. Who are you to think you can? They'll tell us all the reasons why we can't or why we shouldn't, because they're too afraid to do it, or because they don't have your vision. That doesn't mean that your vision's wrong just because somebody else can't hold it. It just means that it's your vision for you, that the universe, God, Allah, Buddha, whoever you think as your higher power has gifted to you. Even your higher self. Your higher self is trying to guide you all the time, trying to help you and assist you in going in the right path. But oftentimes we create the problems for us. The thing is your higher self also recognizes that it's a lot harder down in the three-dimensional plane to create those changes or to move through those things. Blessings, Thomas. It can be really challenging, right? They don't you go through the veil, then you go through conditioning and programming, and then you've got to identify that you have the programming, and then you've got to fix the programming, right? Like it's a bit to get to that point where you awaken to who you are and what you're capable of, and the absolute majesty, the absolute divine being that you are. It takes time to get there. But while we're in the process of moving to there, you will find times when you have to really erect boundaries. And some of us have to erect boundaries because we're around a lot of codependency, and people get scared to put in boundaries because they're worried that as putting in a boundary, it's going to make people leave them. It may, it's not being worried about whether or not a boundary gets people to move or leave. The boundary is there to show you who shouldn't be in your life. If I'm a healthy person and you're a healthy person and you create a boundary and say, you know what, I want my whole morning to myself. I can't, can you wait to interact with me until till 10 a.m. At 10 a.m. I've done my own morning routine and whatever, so at 10 a.m. can you connect with me at that point? And your friend gets all offended about it and then does not talk to you, decides they don't want anything to do with you. That's not a problem with your boundaries. Your boundaries are beautiful and you have every right to have your boundaries. What it is exposing the people in your life that aren't there for the right reasons. Because anyone that's healthy is going to be like, absolutely, I completely understand why you need that morning and that time, and I honor that for you. Well done. I will respect your boundaries. Thank you for letting me know them. That's it. It's as simple as that. So make sure you're paying attention to the people that cross your boundaries. You're the one that enforces them, and your boundaries are only as good as you enforcing them. So if you tell somebody, and I've done this with my family, right? I've said to my family, like, I need notice before I can come over. I run a business. I work from home. Like, I can't just be asked, like, last minute, hey, can you come and do this thing with us? I need to have a little bit of notice, so either I can block my calendar before it gets full, or I can reschedule things that are already there. But if you ask me last minute, the chances are you're just going to get a straight no. It's a simple boundary. But my family does that now. They'll actually ask me, hey, we got this thing coming up. Are you free? I'm giving you a week's notice. So it's plenty of time. And then I'm able to say yes more effectively. So remember, your boundaries only keep the people out that that aren't meant for you. The other card that we have is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups foretells new beginnings, and this guy showed up in the upright position. So as we move through this energy, and think about it, you show up here, you hear the collective reading, and I talk about how you're pouring love into other people. The energy exchange isn't going right. You need to pour it into yourself. So if you listen to that and you start putting yourself first, that's beautiful. We're focused on money, not the spirituality. We need to focus more. We need to have that both. It's a balance, right? So this is about material and spiritual abundance, or material and spiritual um, happiness. Like you're in a beautiful space where it's a very balanced energy. This is not. This is us focusing too much on money, or even being too much in our spiritual head that we're not even in the third dimension right now. That's another thing. We could be being too spiritual and not enough grounded energy. When we turn that around, when we start to balance out those energies and stop focusing on the things that maybe we're lacking, which was confirmed in this one, when we start to be grateful for the simple things, more things start to appear, rather than here thinking that all the cups are empty because maybe this one didn't show up as nicely as we wanted it to, so now we're just focusing on all the lack. When we shift our focus and we start to focus on those things we have to be grateful for, when we realize that sitting up and worrying all night long over the things, just going, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, I think this is what's going to happen. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to. That's not doing anything to move you. It's just keeping you in that space of scaredness, of anxiety, of lack, of fear. And honestly, that's what the higher ups want, right? Because when you are in fear all the time, when you're in lack all the time, when you're depressed and anxious, when you are go, 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 and you're traumatized and you're all of these things, those things are going to keep you sick. They're definitely not going to move you forward. So again, that solution base. And this one here for having protection, right? Right now we're under attack because maybe we're stepping up into our power, or maybe we're doing weird things like coming on and speaking light language. That might have been what that dude got all, his comments on TikTok. It could have been because I started speaking light language, and so then he started throwing out pukey faces and skulls and just saying, crazy, WTF, like, so he's attacking me. So I had to have boundaries, right? So those boundaries can be physical boundaries, or those boundaries can be energetic boundaries. So I don't give my energy to that person, right? I will call them out and tell them to move on by. But my energy is my energy, right? And so we're putting up those boundaries, and we just say, I'm not okay with that. So if someone comes on TikTok and they start being very rude to me and saying things, I block them because I don't accept that here. And that's what's happening now. Oh, you got to get the older out of your mind. Do you know how young you are? You're so young. You're so young, right? Debbie, tell him. Debbie, tell him how young he is, right? And you're never, never too old to change things. You're never too old to start healthy practices that will have great results in your life. Great, great results in your life. Your mind is so powerful. When you sit and think that 62 is old, you're bringing the old into you, and especially if you have identifying ideas about what old looks like. If you think that old means a walker or a wheelchair or having real difficult time with your movement, if you think that being old means being forgetful, being frail, being weak, being whatever, right? Whatever your belief is about that term of old, you're identifying with that by saying that. Okay? So do not identify with that. You are young, and 62 is young. It's very young. Okay? But allow yourself to believe you are healthy, healed, and whole, and we can do things to change those things. Good morning, Tam. So we've got the King of Wands coming out as well. So the reading changes, right? When we change these things here and we move these out of the shadow spaces that they were in, when we can start to bring them up and pour the love into ourselves, when we can start to balance money and spirituality, when we can start to be grateful for the simple things, when we can move to solution based and stop worrying about things ceaselessly, and when we start to protect ourselves energetically from those who are tearing us down, whether through words or actions, whatever they are doing that you need to protect yourself against, when we step into that state and we protect ourselves, we move to this. We move to these guys, right? These two together. So we've got new beginnings. The Page of Cups is like when pigs fly card. There's like a miracle coming in, right? Exactly. 62 years of wisdom and experience. Exactly. You're 62 years young. I say the next month, a month exact, on December 6th, I turn 50. And that means I have 50 levels of experience. I have 50 turns around the sun to gather information and knowledge and to have incredible experiences, right? But if you identify with those things, that's why I say be careful about labels, right? Be careful what label you adopt. If you have the belief system that the label of the empath means that you do not have any boundaries when it comes to the energies and emotions that you're feeling from somebody else, if that's your perspective on what an empath means, and then you identify as an empath, you're bringing that in too, and you're saying, great, I have no boundaries. I have no boundaries when it comes to emotions or when it comes to other people's energies. I feel everything everybody else feels because that's my belief of what an empath is, and I believe that I am one. So like I said, you have to be really careful about what the label that you're giving yourself, what it means to you, what your belief system is about that particular thing. Okay? So we've also got, besides the King of the Page of Cups, which talks about new beginnings, new relationships. It's a beautiful card. It's when serendipity and synchronicities meet, and life just is just beautiful. And like I said, that when pigs fly card. Okay. We get the King of Wands. The King of Wands is what we're all wanting to head for, besides the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is the king of long-term legacy wealth. He sits and looks over his kingdom. He knows his worth, and he has lots of wealth to share. He's very spiritually in tune. This one, the King of Wands is somebody who followed his passions and desires. He's maybe a spiritual leader, but this is definitely an entrepreneur card in that space. So this can be like a very powerful card for anyone that's in this, that's starting a new business, that's, you know, bringing their skills and talents to the world, that is doing spiritual work. It's a beautiful card. And I think we're starting to move into the space where we're starting to understand and believe that my spiritual gifts are worth an energetic exchange, right? We used to have the concept that if you were in spirituality, you should be a pauper. You should be poor. How dare you charge for those gifts? And I say, how dare you not to charge for those? How dare you not to receive an energetic exchange of equal portions for what you're putting out there? If somebody can make $1 million or $10 million or $50 million dribbling a basketball, or, you know, moving a puck across the ice, or doing any of those things, then you, somebody who is healing or connecting someone with their gifts, or opening up someone's spirituality, reminding someone how powerful and amazing they are, helping someone heal through trauma, depression, anxiety, and any other health things. Those are the people that should be like, here's my money, right? That's the way it should be. But we're in this distorted reality where it's kind of topsy-turvy. So people that entertain you, that capture your attention in some way, they make the most money, right? And we've been conditioned to believe that you should be destitute and on the street just giving away your spiritual gifts, right? So I want you to know, like, you are, it's fair to get an even exchange. So we got the Eight of Wands coming out, but the Eight of Wands in the Shadow Seer position, which just means that it's going to take a little bit of time. I think we have lots of options. The Shadow of Options came out as well. So the Seven of Cups is like, you're worried you're going to make the wrong decision. You've got all these things that you can do, and many of us are jacks of all trades, and we'll be like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself. Or, you know, you're making that decision to leave those, you know, the conditioning behind, or to leave the matrix, if you want to call it the matrix, to leave your job behind, to leave a relationship behind. You have all these options. Maybe there's an option to move somewhere new, and you're so worried you're going to make the wrong choice. It can never be the wrong choice. It takes you to an experience, or it takes you to a lesson. Whatever is meant for you cannot be taken from you. So it's always the right time. When I look at these, it's like it's always in divine timing. So there is a delay, but I think the delay, we already looked at that from earlier with those other cards. The delay is the indecision. I was listening to a reading and somebody called the Two of Swords the schizophrenic card because you can't make a decision. And I was like, no, that's not what schizophrenia is. And I would prefer not to call this card that. So I disagree with their choice of that because this is just indecision. This is going back and forth. Many times people who were diagnosed as being schizophrenic are actually just clairaudient. They have a larger spectrum of sight and hearing. So they hear outside of the normal auditory spectrum, or they see outside of the normal visual spectrum, right? And so they're not schizophrenic, but unfortunately, society. So I didn't like it being called this. And I think a lot of times people get confused and they think that schizophrenia is having multiple personalities. It's not. It's not even having multiple personalities. The hallmark, and I know because I studied schizophrenia, and also my children's uncle, he also had schizophrenia. So I lived with somebody for many years who had schizophrenia, and I actually interviewed him as a nurse once, and I did this whole thing for him. And it's just beautiful. And you hear things and see things. And for me, what I've said so much is that when it comes to schizophrenia, that oftentimes it's a misdiagnosis. But when you want to look at it, what are the voices telling you to do? Are the voices telling you to hurt yourself or hurt other people? Because if they are, then you're not listening to spirit guides. You're listening to dark energy that got created out of trauma. And that's the way we think alike. Gemini, it's Gemini energy, right? It's just indecision. So it's just that indecision. There's a choice that you have to make, right? So there's just a decision. It's just a decision that needs to be made. So what decision are you not making that you need to make? The Six of Cups is there. So we're looking in the rear view mirror. This is about the past. This is about the past. We're hanging on to the past. We're hanging on to things from the past. We're maybe hanging on to the belief systems, or we're hanging on people from the past. And we're so worried about letting go of these people because maybe there won't be other people there to come through for us. That nostalgia is being stuck in the past, though. Like there's a lot of energy of depression and anxiety coming up here, right? The depression of staring at the woe is me factor of the past. What happened there? Why didn't I do this? Maybe with some regrets. Why did I make those decisions, right? When we look at the Seven of Cups. The Five of Pentacles, this is about like scarcity and lack. And that scarcity and lack could be even health concerns, stuff like that. So again, the Two of Wands, we're not leaving the comfort zone. We're staying in the comfort zone. We're afraid to take that risk because it's the great unknown. And I've told you guys this before. Everything is technically the great unknown. The Six of Pentacles in the shadow too. That's what I thought came out with the Six of Cups, was the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Cups and the Six of Pentacles is about giving and receiving. So somewhere in the dynamics of your life, there is not an even exchange. And hello, hi, I'd like to introduce myself as Tanya. I am an overgiver. Hi. So when you give and give and give, a lot of times we give with the concept of if I give and I give and I give, they're gonna give back, right? I'm just gonna keep giving and giving and giving. And I see this in relationships, like when you talk to people who are having relationship difficulties. And I remember being that girl too, that girl that used to put notes in her partner's lunchbox, and I'd make him his, like I would do things. I was very doting and very loving and very romantic and doing all of that stuff, right? When it's not appreciated or reciprocated, which a lot of times that's what we're looking for, right? I used to say to my girlfriend, because she'd be like, making these care boxes and giving them to to their boyfriend as they went to go to work in camp. And so they'd send them up with a care package for camp. And she was always upset because it wasn't reciprocated. Yeah, right? But at some point, you have to receive. So if give to yourself first and then give from the overflow. So, it's one of those things. Maybe when your boyfriend goes on his time out to go to, to camp, maybe you make yourself a care box, right? Maybe you do that. Or maybe you have a conversation and say, I would like this I would love to have this, I would love to receive these types of things. And if the reciprocation still isn't there, then maybe you need to look at, is this the relationship for me? Why am I doing the things that I'm doing? Is it I'm doing it because I want that returned? Am I doing it because I'm doing it genuinely from me? I love to do this for you. So it's coming from a very genuine, authentic place of giving. So we have to be careful. And I know I get caught in that too. I'm here, and I say I'm here, generosity of spirit. And I am. That doesn't mean that at the end of the day, after all of this, that I don't want people to go and pay for my books, or I don't want people to go and pay for my groups, or I don't want people to go and, I want people to move through. I want to see a return on the investment of my time and energy. That makes sense, right? That absolutely makes sense. But if the reason why I'm giving is just so that I get that receiving, then I'm not doing it from a space of genuine. I'm doing it as an exchange. It's just a straight up exchange. Okay, so just be aware of what it is that you're giving, and make sure that if you're not giving, if you're giving, make sure that you allow yourself to be open to receive and address that. So we are getting the Two of Cups in the up. So this is that part of, as we start to pour more energy into us, as we start to love ourselves first and foremost, then we can move forward and start to share that with everybody else. And it's just absolutely beautiful, pura vida. The Two of Cups can talk about having a partnership coming in, or even your soulmate coming in. We've got the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is about perseverance. You have the perseverance to get you where you need to go. And we also have the Wheel of Fortune in the shadow. What I think is we're working through is some karmic cycles. The Wheel of Fortune's always spinning. You want to catch it when it's in the upswing, because that's when you're looking at destiny. When we're in the bottom, it's fate. So we're just working through karma. We're cleansing or clearing karma from our lives right now. And it's powerful and it's beautiful. Alrighty. I'm going to pull a couple Gateway of Light activations for the collective, and then we're going to move on and we'll have some fun. And I don't know what we're going to do today yet. I don't know exactly if we're going to play with some cards some more, or if we're going to do some energy work. It is Whimsical Wednesday. Oh, solar light upgrade. We're getting a big upgrade this Wednesday. Big upgrade. So I'm going to hold this nice and close to the phone so that you can see it. And then I'm going to move it over here so you can see it in all its glory. And we're going to talk about this beautiful card. The solar plexus chakra. So here in your, just above your, about 2 fingers above your umbilical cord, where your umbilical is. And it's in the central column, right through your central column in your body is where your solar plexus is. This is your inner fire, and this is willpower. The solar plexus is also the energy space in which the divine masculine energy is sitting right now. And you can tell that because we're very much in a patriarchy, and it's very much about what I want. It's a very narcissistic society that we're creating, right? So we are in that energy. The divine feminine energy is in the heart, in the heart chakra, because it's all about like moving into the collective, right? We got star gathering. This is beautiful. This is us calling in our soul tribe. Okay, and many of us here are already in our soul tribe. We've met the people, many members within our star family, our soul family, whichever it is. We come down here, we make agreements and contracts with people. Some of our soul connections are a little bit, more distant. Some of the souls we incarnate with over and over and over and over again. And we have shared so many different lives and experiences together. We're connecting with those. And the other part about this card is saying the stars are aligned and it's about remembering home. Remember, you are not from the earth only. Your body is physically formed in this third dimension, but your spirit is not. And for many of us, our initial incarnation would be our home planet. It's the one we identify as home. It's like when you're born in a specific town in a specific province, you will oftentimes say, that's my hometown, that's my birth town. Right? It's the same thing with this as our star planet or our home planet, the planet that we originate from. So we're remembering those things. Maybe you're hearing things about Orion, or maybe you're hearing about Sirius, or maybe you're hearing about Arcturians. Maybe you're hearing about Mintanka, or you're hearing about any of these other things that are making you think, wait a second, why does that sound so familiar? Why every time when I look up in the night sky can I easily find Orion's belt? Right? Why? Is that because that's your home? Possibly. Aw, this morning I got chills just doing that. I'm gonna give us 4 of the light cards because we're in League C1 number 4. So for the 4 up there, we're gonna do the 4, and for the angels, the 4. And they got 3 and 5 here, so you guys need a 4. So we got Hathor light codes. Hathor light codes is about light immersion, a full system upgrade, and this is huge, guys, power recall. So we're recalling how powerful we are, and we're also calling our power back to us. Now this is the final card that I'm bringing out with the Gateway of Light activation, and that is this one here, which is our crown upgrade. So I'm going to show it here, and then I'll move it over to the other camera so you can see it up nice and close. And I talked about this morning that I did this meditation, and energetically I sent a whole bunch of doves around the world as a symbol of peace, because I know that for many of us, we weren't excited about what happened last night at the polls, and some of us are dealing with it a lot. Like and I don't make anything of it, right? Don't allow it to affect you internally. Nothing's happened at this point. People voted, someone was elected, nothing has changed. Nothing changed from yesterday to today besides that single little fact. But in your personal moment, in this now moment, you're okay. So don't bring all that in, right? If in the forecasting, and especially in a negative way, right? The best thing that you could do is say, even though my candidate didn't win the election, I believe that the future for the United States of America is peace, healthy, it's loving, it's whatever, right? At least see the way that you want it to be, even if it's not there now, right? And hope for that. So we're getting some crown chakra upgrades. So we've got our solar plexus upgrade, and we've got crown chakra upgrade. So the crown chakra upgrade is about divine connection, holy experiences, and miraculous energy. It's a very powerful card. So I am going to read these two, the connection for those two. We'll go like that, and then we'll switch. We'll read these two cards for connect and the messages that's contained within them. Okay. And if you do feel like you're being activated, do make sure that you drink lots of water, that you allow yourself to rest when needed. You call your power back. You can do spiritual showers as well, right? So a spiritual shower is when you connect to source energy and you allow source energy to pour over your body, over your energetic space. So your energetic space can be up to 9 feet in diameter, right? Or 9 meters. It's quite a large space. So allow that light source, like the light from source, to open up and spread out around a 9-foot diameter, and then turn it on and allow it to pour into your space and into your body, and allow it to cleanse you. And when you're doing this, you'll actually see that it gets clearer and clearer as it processes through. It may take longer. Just allow whatever time it takes. Allow that time to process through. Okay? But you can do those spiritual showers. Remember to call your power back to you as well. right? So call your power back cleansed, clarified, and and fully charged, right? So you're bringing it back to you full and whole. Okay, so let's read about this crown chakra upgrade and also the solar plexus upgrade. So to connect, visualize the crown of your head opening up and bursting with infinite clear and rainbow light. Send a signal from your crown up into the heart of heaven. Visualize streams of consciousness pouring into you. Listen deeply. Your crown chakra has been upgraded. The spiritual connections you have always had are now being acknowledged. There are parts of yourself that you have run from or ignored are the parts of yourself, that you have run from or ignored are being reclaimed. This is an important time for you are uncovering gifts and wisdom and moving through healing. You may have experienced moments that have tested your faith and your belief in the divine. Know that it's okay and no grievances are being held against you. The Holy Spirit is with you and within you. This is coming home to your truest self. You are also being encouraged to prepare yourself for miracles. Expect to experience wonder and blessings, for you are being surrounded by healing light. Divine encounters and holy experiences are happening around you. If you have had a challenging relationship with spirituality or religion in the past, this has now been healed, and you can move forward in an authentic way, experiencing the divine on a personal level and beyond the limitations of unnecessary dogma. You are connected. Hello, Leslie. Hello. Hello, everybody. Alrighty, so the next one is our solar light upgrade. Confirmation. Confirmation. Solar light upgrade. To connect, place both your hands on the pit of your stomach. Breathe into them, visualizing a great fiery light switching on. Call your solar power up and out. Okay? Beautiful. Okay, let's see what our message is. Our message. The light of the great central sun is shining on you, activating you to push onward and create. This is a perfect time to move forward with projects, goals, and intentions. Align your energy with whatever you are ready to create and experience. Focus on what you are ready to grow and where you are ready to expand. As you focus on your goals, you are giving them energetic encouragement to flourish and open like the warm summer sun, kissing the ground, encouraging the flowers to grow and bloom. That sunlight has arrived. It's here in you now. So that light is in you. That's your solar light. We're going to have the opportunity for blooming. Good morning, Marlene. How are you, love? Okay. Oh, you're so welcome. I love you, Flory. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Thank you for being a subscriber. I absolutely adore you. I love the collective that we've made here. We have such an important and such a beautiful, supportive environment. Hi, Maggie. You're hanging out with me. Where are you? I don't know. Where are you? Aw. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of us having massive upgrades. Massive upgrades. So, I love you guys. I'm sending such beautiful, peaceful energy your way and around the world as well. Okay? And we can all be that wave of peace, right? No matter what happens, don't let hate fill your heart. Okay? Don't let hate fill your heart. Hi, Dylan. Thank you for following me. Thank you for following me. Alrighty, so do we want to do some cards or do we want to do some energy work? Star being healing codes. Look at that. We just talked about rainbow light coming in, like all of that. Look how beautiful this is. Right? Look how beautiful this is. Okay? So we're going to read this one too. Okay, we're going to read this one too. So, star being healing codes. To connect, say, thank you, star beings of healing, for placing your hands of light upon my being and guiding me back to my whole and healed self. If the world seems overwhelming or intense at this time, know that it's okay for you to retreat to a safe space to cleanse and recharge your energy. You may feel called to be a healer for others and share healing with the world, but please ensure you are balanced and filled with light first. This is not the time for you to sacrifice your own well-being in order to serve others. Light beings are placing their hands upon you now, filling you with divine light that will wash away any blockages or stagnant energy standing in the way of your freedom and wholeness. Star beings are channeling healing codes and frequencies into your being. It's important for you to stay alert for any intuitive guidance about your body so you can be restored to health once more. So sometimes we'll get that, like you'll see this card and then you'll get an intuitive guidance that you need more water, or that you need to be taking a little bit of Celtic sea salt with your water, or you need a supplement of some sort, or that you need to remove something from your space, right? Hi, Kathy. How are you, love? Alrighty, so shall we do healing or cards? Healing or cards? Well, I got one person who asked for a card, so that might be an indicator, but healing or cards, guys. Hi, Salasia. I love you. Yes. Yes. Show yourself grace always. Always. All right, we got to vote for cards. 3 votes for cards so far. 5. We got lots of votes for cards. Alrighty. So then we got the concept of do we want to give longer readings to a select few and allow my guides to choose, or do we want to do individual cards, just a little one? Because we can get deep readings or we can get shorter readings. Okay. Allow the guides to choose. Okay. Tam's like, little ones. We want little ones so everyone can get them. Because I think that the reason why people will ask for little ones is because we're like, I feel like she's not going to choose me today. So if I say a little one, I might get at least a card. But for those of you who are in the Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Collective, you guys get lots of stuff in here as well, right? Hello, Shalashini. How are you? How are you? All right. So what I'm gonna do is, sharing is caring, right? Sharing is caring. All righty. So I don't think I want to use the Gateway of Light cards though. All right. Now, who would like a card? And I know there's quite a few that do want a card. Kathy, Shalashni, perfect, and Lisa. Okay, so Shalashni, Kathy, Lisa. All right, what does Shalashni need to hear today, Spirit? Can I get a good message for her? So we've got the Arrow Master. The Arrow Master is about hitting the mark. It's about intention and also detachment. It's the detachment of the outcome. It's setting the intention. This is what I want. I want to move in this direction. I want to hit this space. I want to manifest this. I want this type of life. I want this type of relationship. I want those things. I'm setting the intention and I'm going towards that goal that I've set. So I'm going towards the intention. But you have to detach yourself from the outcome or how it's going to show up, when it's going to show up. It's coming, and you just have to trust in divine timing, and that whatever shows up is exactly what you need. So there is that detachment that's there for the outcome. The Thinker card just came out. I decided I'm going to give you one of the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms and one of the Wisdom of the Oracle cards. So the Wisdom of the Oracle is the Thinker, number 44. This is about oftentimes overthinking. And that you're focusing, like you're just like your mind is very, very busy and active. It's that energy. And it's number 44. I love the number on the card. Number 44 is the number for angels and guides connecting with you. So one of the things about this one is I just wanted to read the general message for it. So the ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. So it becomes the what are the facts in this situation? What do you know? This isn't about making something up or predicting or forecasting anything. This is what are the facts in this moment? What do I know? And knowing the facts, what would be my next logical step? Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. Okay? So you will be hitting the mark, detach from the outcome. Okay? The focus here, right? Make sure that you're paying attention, that the facts are the facts and you're not creating more for yourself. Okay, Shalashni? All right, Kathy. And thank you everybody for your support. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments, for hanging out with me. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for subscribing, for the subscribers, all of that. Okay, Kathy. What does Kathy need to hear, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Kathy? Kathy, the Hawk Prince. And let's see what we're getting from this one. So the Hawk Prince is about communications. I love you too, Shalashni. The Hawk Prince is about spirit communication. So you're getting messages from spirit. And are you paying attention to them? Sorry, TT. Are you paying attention to those messages? Right? The Hawk Prince is number 11. So it is asking you to pay attention to the messages that you're receiving. The other card is the Peace card from the Wisdom of the Oracle. So you are in a very peaceful time, and if you're not in a peaceful time, you will be in a peaceful time. But what I'm getting from it in combination with the spirit communication is to get yourself into a space of peace so that you can be open to receive the messages more. Alrighty, Lisa. What does Lisa need to hear today, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Lisa? Okay. Love you. I appreciate you so much too. I wish you'd come and hang out with us more. I do miss you, but you're just so busy. So, you know. But the collective would definitely benefit from your wonderful energy. Okay. Lisa, what does Lisa need to hear, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Lisa? Not all the cards, please. Not all the cards. Put those back. That's 5. That's too many. Aha. You know what? That's interesting because of the flow card. I ended up flipping it over. Aww. All in divine timing. Perfectly timed. So you got the Y card and you got on the other one the River Queen. So in the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, the River Queen is about allowing yourself to be in flow and letting go, right? So a big part of allowing ourselves to receive the stuff that we're hoping for is to let go of stuff in the past. The Wisdom of the Oracle is the why card. So I feel like you're asking yourself a lot of questions like why? Why did this happen to me? Why is this this way? Why, You know, why didn't that person choose me? Why didn't that person stay? Or why did this happen this way? Why is it not coming? Like, so we're asking a lot of why questions. And why questions are good if they're followed with, why is this happening? Oh, so that's why it's happening. Okay, so what can I do to change that? Right? When we work through the why. But most times we just sit in that state of anxiety, questioning things, and it keeps us staring at the bad things that happen in a fearful space of it's going to happen again, right? The river queen, she just, it's life is flowing, right? It's this natural movement, as we move, as we go through our lives, that we want to get into, where we just flow with what's happening. We're like, okay, that's the experience that I've had. Okay, that's the lesson that I'm learning. Okay, you know, it is what it is. I know how to swim. And you just flow. And when things aren't aligned with you, like if you're giving and giving and giving and giving and giving in a relationship and you're not getting anything, or you're not getting anything even close to what you're giving, then that may be a time for you to go, why am I doing this? Why am I over giving to everybody around me and not to myself? And it could be because there's that lack of self-worth, right? Where you don't think that you're deserving, or you don't think that you're valuable. And so we align with those experiences to keep showing us that until we realize the only one who can determine your value or worth is you. And sometimes the best way to step into your value and your worth is to let go of everything that's happened before and start from this point here. We grow up through in families who make us feel less than through the traumas that we experience. We stay stuck in that, I'm not good enough, I'm not deserving. People, you know, think that, you know, I'm too loud, or I'm too sensitive, or I'm not enough of this, or I'm not enough of that. Whatever it is that you grew up through. I grew up with a lot of bullies, adult bullies around me, so I got to hear a lot of things. Um, you have to let them go, because that's not you, and your spirit would never say anything like that to you at all, ever. So the spirit is only going to speak lovingly to you, or in loving ways. When we have those negative things coming into our minds, those are the energies that got created during trauma. And I've talked about this before, and it's interesting because there's this little starseed child who's, you know, very awake and aware, and he channels very easily. And he was talking about this concept, and he's like, when there's when there's something going on in experiences that is a trauma, the energy starts to swirl around, like that's chaotic energy. It's not good energy. It starts to swirl around, and then an orb gets created, and from that orb is the entity that becomes from it. That entity is what attaches itself to you. It's not like there's, you know, dark entities, like there's an actual like evil thing there that's going to come and get you. The dark energy is just that thought that repeats in your mind, or those echoes, right? I like to call it the echoes, right? So the ghosts or the echoes of the past are in your mind, and that energy, and that negative energy. So if your mom called you stupid, you might be going along today going, why am I so stupid? I'm just so stupid. I'm so stupid. That's not you. That's not your higher self. That's that dark energy that's attached to you because of the trauma that you experienced, and it got attached during those moments. And we feed it. We feed it by agreeing with it. And we can keep growing it and keep feeding it until it just brings us down into the dark, right? So we need to not give it any energy in that way. See it for what it is. See it as an echo of the past, and just let it go, right? If you think about your higher self, or the voice that's in your head that's talking to you, that's from spirit, that's from your spirit guides, or that's from your higher self, that would be the same as, you know, a healthy woman speaking to her child, right? A healthy woman speaking to her child is going to say loving things. She may say firm things. She may direct her child in a certain way, but she's always going to come from a place of love and what is in the best interest of the child. So your higher self is not the one that's saying that. Your spirit guides are not the ones that would be saying the negative things in your head, Okay, so that's the whole concept of letting go. And when we're in that why state, rather than why did all this happen to me, what can I do now moving forward from this space so that I'm not carrying this with me? What can I do so that I can let go of all of this and, you know, have a fire, just burn it. Says the Sagittarius, right? Hi guys. Yeah. Aw, I just love you guys. It's beautiful. Alrighty, so who's next? Who's next? Let me know how that resonated with you, Lisa. Steven. Oh, Tam. Tam did ask. I know Tam wanted cards. So, Tam, what does Tam need to hear? Ooh, guys, literally, like, you can't make it like that. The hungry ghosts. I was just talking about feeding the ghosts, right? Feeding the ghosts. The hungry ghosts. Obsession. Scarcity consciousness. Attachment. Those hungry ghosts are attached and you keep feeding them. You keep feeding them with the negativity. Sometimes we actually get so stuck in it, right? We get so connected and like we become it becomes a part of our identity. Who am I when I put my story down? Who am I when I let go of that mantle, right? Who am I if I wasn't a traumatized child with all of these woe is me stories, right? Who was I before I could go around and say like, you know what? I don't know what I was expecting people to do. What should you do for me because I was sexually abused? What should you do for me? Like, what is the person that's across from me going to do about my victimness? They're not going to do anything, right? So the hungry ghost, sometimes we do. We get comfortable in those spaces, right? Those spaces become our normal until we wake up, until something comes up and says, hey, this isn't really comfortable. This is just my normal. This is what I've experienced my whole time, but it's not actually comfortable. If I want real comfort, comfort is allowing my spirit the freedom to be expressed in all of its beauty, right? So, what is our wisdom of the Oracle card? Hi, Rejoice. How are you? The Thinker again. Tammy, this is right. So, one of the things that helped me when I was healing, right? Because I had so many bad things said to me. So many bad things, right? And so one of the things that I did when I was doing my healing journey was I got to the spot where I was just like, what are the facts? What are the facts? So if two friends go out without you and have fun, what are the facts of that? Well, the facts are, I know, is that my two friends went out and had fun. I don't know anything beyond that. So for me to go into assuming or, concocting all these reasons why, which typically would be in the negative, right? I'd be like, well, they don't like me, I'm being rejected, and because I have trauma, I have hypersensitivity, so I'm extra sensitive. So one of the things about people that experience trauma is that they are looking for safety. That's what they're looking for. People who haven't experienced trauma look for connection, and they just have healthy connections. When we have trauma, though, we attach to anybody who gives us an idea or an illusion of safety. That's why the whole society, why the government benefits with scaring and keeping us in lack. Because when we are scared, when we are traumatized, and as a society being traumatized is beautiful, because then we're looking for safety, and the government comes in and says, we're going to keep you safe, we're going to protect you. So then you give your power to them, right? So this is about not feeding those ghosts, When the thoughts come up or when the things come into your mind, ask yourself, what are the facts? What are the facts in this situation? What do I actually know here? And am I creating problems for myself? Because oftentimes we do that. with those thoughts, right? By allowing them to go in a certain way. Okay? 444. It's 1144 too. Yep. All right. Who's next for a card? I know Stephen came in and asked for a card. So, Stephen. Ooh, that came out quickly. Stephen, that's a good card. Let's see what we have in the Wisdom of the Oracle. Can I get a good message for Stephen? All right. We've got the leg up in protection, and in the other one we have the dream walker. So the dream walker is about paying attention to your dreams. Okay, that there is a lot of information that you're receiving from your dreams, and that you may even be walking in them. There's many people who are dream walkers. I'm a dream walker. I do that as well. Dream walkers have the ability to, you know, you're a dream walker when you have the ability to step out of your dream and go do things and then come back in and step back into your dream exactly where you left off and continue on as if nothing happened. Oh, I love you, Wanda. I love you. So much energy to you. So this is also, this card speaks about the collective good, and it also speaks about illusions, right? So it feels like with this dream card, with the Dreamwalker card, that the illusions are being pulled away from you, and you're starting to have that like awakening moment. There's the leg up card in the shadow, and when the leg up is in the shadow, that means that there's help that's around, like somebody's trying to help, or there's helpers around you, but either you don't recognize the help that's there, or you're not accepting of the help that's there. And many of us, we don't accept the help that's there because we were raised in homes that, you know, were less than savory, and when we asked for help, we didn't get help. Or if we did get help, it wasn't the help we wanted, or we were made to feel stupid or small or crazy because we were asking for help, right? You're so weak, you need to ask for help. That's not the truth. That's not the truth. And there are many there that are, many people or many spaces where you can get help. And if you're looking for help with a spiritual awakening because maybe your gifts are turning on and you're starting to, you know, experience things that you have questions about, stick around, hang out here. And you can always hang out with us in the Mind, Body, Spirit Healthy Collective, where we actually talk about spirituality, we talk about our gifts, and we try to help each other with awakening those gifts more. Okay? Shadow walker. Yeah, exactly. Right? So there's different concepts of that. Okay, so D. What does D need to hear today, Spirit? Can I get a message? D. The Phoenix. Resurrection, surrender to change. And it is happening. It is your, I got chills, man. It's your rebirth. Your rebirth is assured, and it is going to be amazing. Amazing. All right, what do we have for another card for, like, from the Wisdom of the Avalon? Oh my God, D. The Sacred Union too. Like, honestly, these two together, I'm like, I haven't been this cold in a long time. I guess you can't see the chills, but I haven't been this cold in a while. This is awesome, the Sacred Union. So partnership and romance is coming in. The Sacred Union is the lifelong, forever partner. It is sacred. It is the universe is bringing you that match, that beautiful match. And it's somebody who's not going to get burned and run away. And it's not that, and it's not someone who's going to try to pull you back down from being this beautiful, beautiful fire that you are, right? They're not going to try to stop you from being the phoenix. They're going to support you in that and allow you to rise. Okay. Oh, I love you. I love you. Alrighty, spiritual love. Since you're there and you're not at work just yet, spiritual love. Can I get a good card for spiritual love? Need tea? Yes. Oh. So message in a bottle in the shadow. I almost flipped it around and sat it straight up for you. And then I'm like, what am I doing? She's getting a protection message of that. All right. And the Horse King. All right. So the message in a bottle is the concept that there is a message for you, but you're not paying attention to the messages. There's messages or signs or symbols around you, and you're just not paying attention to them. Give me 1 second with my message in a bottle. I want to read the protection message from it. Are you refusing to acknowledge the signs because you want things as you want them? Red flags are not pretty decorations for you to admire. They are warning you for a reason. If something doesn't sit right with you, trouble could be hiding in the bushes. Don't ignore the signs. Spirit always has your best interest at heart and will draw your attention to what you are overlooking. The Horse King is about assistance and also control. So the message that I'm getting from this card is, I think we try to control things a lot, and there is help that's there, and you should be asking for help. But as you probably isolate pretty big whenever you need help. You would try to just control everything on your own or deal with everything on your own, rather than asking for assistance or accepting assistance. You might even ask, but you might not accept at the end of the day. So this is what's coming. There's assistance that's coming in. Pay attention to the messages that you're receiving. Right? If you don't pay attention to the messages when they're small, they become bigger and bigger and bigger. Right? And you don't need that. Alrighty, who's next for a card? I need a couple of numbers. We got 55 on here for spiritual love. 555. We'll throw the extra 5 in there for you. 111 again. I'm not wearing my glasses today, as you can tell, and I'm doing pretty good with the reading, even in the book. So, what books? Nothing. I think that the information that you'll get in the education will be great. And if you have any questions, connect with me. And there is a group, and like I said, I also put you in the other group. I'll put you in the group with Luke Scott III, so you'll have access to his information as well, because he teaches differently than I do. But you also have access to the rest of the group members, so you'll be able to ask them if you want to trade off on sessions. Hello, lady in red. Yeah, and it's funny, I didn't pick this for any other reason than, well, it's Wednesday, I'm Sagittarius, and I like red. And it was a short sleeve shirt, so it wouldn't be too hot. I can't wait for you to be a part of it too. I'm so excited, Chastity. So the, yeah. My brain went blank there for a minute. I'm wearing bright red lipstick. And you know what? It's funny because like the election was red last night. But that's not, like, people might think that I put that on because of that, but that's not why. I have 5 Sagittarius placements and 1 Aries, so I have a lot of fire. So I love red, and it looks good on me. So that's the decision. And it was light because I've been really, really hot lately. The last couple of days I've been on fire. So, okay, who's next for a card? We're doing 2 cards. We're pulling cards for, right? We're pulling cards for individuals. We're just doing 2. We're getting 1 from the wisdom. Snea, yes. Snea, what does Snea need to hear today, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Snea? I rejoice. The High Lady of Love and Compassion. And for all of my 420 friendly friends that are not meeting that High Lady. They're not meeting that High Lady. Tick-tock in the shadow. Yeah, earth, wind, and a shit ton of fire. I got some water in there. I got water. I got some water. I have Pisces and Jupiter. I got Scorpio. I got Pisces and Scorpio. I actually don't think I have a lot of air. I don't know. I think I'm mostly fire and earth with a little bit of air and water. But I'm 50-50 either way. So I don't know. Okay, sorry. I kept shuffling and I didn't even tell you what your cards were. That was hilarious. So the High Lady of Compassion, love and compassion. This is about reverence, kindness, and consideration. That explains a lot. Yeah, it explains a lot. If I go with the true side rail, no, Pisces is in Jupiter. Pisces is in Jupiter, exactly like it should be. It's exactly where it's supposed to be. All right, I just wanted to look at TikTok in the inverted position so I can give you your shadow message, okay? Have you been feeling as if the clock is ticking and gotten a little nervous that your dreams are taking too long to manifest? There's nothing to fear. You will never run out of time for the important things. The miracles that are yours and yours alone can't be missed. Isn't that amazing? You're in such capable hands with guides and angels hovering in the invisible spaces, ensuring that your journey will be filled with all sorts of goodies. Let your anxiety be gently dispelled by your faith. Spirit will never deny you your highest good. All is yours in divine, appropriate timing. You can relax. Oh, I'm totally loco and I love it. So this kindness, just be kind and compassionate with yourself, right? It's just such a beautiful thing. And I see you as this lady, as this beautiful lady, right? You are, you are that high lady. And I don't mean that in the highway, you know, it is definitely that energy that you have, that very reverent, like you have lady energy. You have lady energy. You know, if we look at the word woman and lady, lady has that refined beauty to it. That's you. You're refined like a lady. Flory, what does Flory need to hear today, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Flory? Yeah, we mostly are a big mix of a bunch of different things. Right? All right, what does rejoice? Rejoice. Yeah, she is definitely ambitious. she's the beautiful Capricorn Taurus energy. You can't get more ambitious than Capricorn and Taurus together. She's so earthy and so like with the whole Venus energy, she's just fire. She's just like put fire in that other way, not the fire in that burn your house down. That's my fire. It's like a wildfire. Capricorn, yes. I feel the ambition in you. I feel that drive. All right, Spirit, can I get a good message for rejoice? Rejoice. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so we got the higher power in the shadow. So whatever you focus on and idolize becomes your higher power. And we have to be really careful. Like I see so many people who idolize like Beyonce or Taylor Swift, and that becomes basically their God. And that's not what you want to do. You want to be aware of what you are giving all of your energy to. Right? Who gave me all that fire? I don't know. I don't know. Right? So this is asking you to focus on your higher power of your higher power, your God or your higher self, right? The power that exists outside. So this higher power, we need to make sure, and I went from rejoice, I went from Flory to rejoice. I just saw Flory's name come up there and I was like, I was going to pull for Flory and then I switched to rejoice. So I do apologize. I will do Flory after this. So the eyes of beauty is letting you know that there's positive expectations, like stuff is going to work out. There's going to be clarity coming. So it's almost like you're uncertain of exactly where the alignment is for you. And, you know, I think that you really, really need to be focusing on focused on you and focused on the good that's happening in your life, right? Focusing on basically the beauty. the beauty that's in your life, the abundance that's already there, the joy, the all of that, and then, you know, sit with yourself, connect with your higher spirit, right? And that's the message that's coming up for you. Make sure, just be aware where you're giving your power, right? If we idolize money and we put all our focus on money, money becomes our god, right? And we want to be careful of that. Okay. Love to you. Alrighty, so let's check in with Flory. What does Flory need to hear, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Flory? And if the message doesn't align with you, well, we're going to let that one sit right there because it fell over and sat up right. So the Queen of Light came out from this deck, and I want to show you that, Flory. It's just beautiful. The Queen of Light. We can do that too. I can feel them. Can you see them? Can you see the lights? The little light bulbs? So, illumination, enlightenment, and celebration is coming. Is coming. Let's see what we get from the wisdom of the Oracle. Ah, higher power in the shadow. Higher power in the shadow. Okay, so this is the second time the card's coming out. I'm going to read the actual message. I'm not going to go from like what my spirit guides are saying. I'm just going to read the actual message from this card. Since both of you back to back got that in the inverted position. Now is the time to examine what you are giving energy and attention to in the back of your mind. If you're obsessing about being right and old resentments or failed expectations, about money or about any other people, places, or things, these will be the source from which you create. But you want spirit to be your source. Take heart, for your higher power will never desert you and is always waiting for you to remember the sacred partnership you share. Turn away from other sources of power that don't serve your highest good. There is no greater source than spirit. You can always surrender your troubles and trust that they will be taken care of. You are in good hands. Just beautiful. So there's an awakening that's happening, and it's going, I feel like you're being called back to remember who your higher power is. And you're going to be, there's going to be no denying it. There's going to be no denying it with this enlightenment that you're going through. Okay? And I am getting a strong message about, like, you are a healer. You are a healer. And I don't know what you do in your day-to-days, but you are definitely a healer. Okay, who's next for a card? I'm going to check in on the comments on here to see. No. Hi, Bobbies. You're all quiet now? If you're all quiet, I'll leave. I'll go home. I'm already there. Nobody wants a card. That's okay. I'll put my cards away and I'll go home and I'll talk to the divine or the Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Collective. Okay, Mira and Richard. So let's see. What does Mira need to hear today? Spirit, can I get a card from Mira? Ooh, the Dragon's Jewel. Inner conflict, morality, conscious choice. The battle between light and dark. Ooh. I'm gonna show you this one as well with it, Mira. So this is the card that I'm gonna give you. It's exchanging gifts, but it's in that shadow position. But I wanted to show you this one because it is about co-creation, right? And when we're looking at this one here with that inner conflict, and it's that real duel between light and dark, or it could be material and spiritual, it could be masculine and feminine. There's this inner conflict that's going on, and you know, to make sure that you're checking in with your higher self. You are always co-creating with somebody else, right? And this energy here, which I just love these dragons. I just love them. They're just beautiful. The exchanging gifts cards is talking about not being open to receiving or not being in that even exchange of energy, right? So there's somewhere in your life where you're giving out a lot of energy and you're not receiving it back in kind. And sometimes, you know, the reason why we don't receive is because we don't think that we deserve it, or we're worthy of it. So I'm going to read the protection message because I feel like a lot of people will get benefit from this. No, that's the wrong. No, that's the right spot. So 27, exchanging gifts. That's the message that I'm giving to you, but there's a message here. So I'm gonna give that to you. Be careful what you pray for, because you might just get it, and then realize you don't want to pay the hefty price tag that comes with it. You may find yourself in a situation you've always desired, but know you will have to walk away from it or even fail at it because you can't or won't pay the dues it asks of you. If you want to be a famous musician, you have to practice your craft every day. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to be responsible for managing the money and paying the taxes. Even a windfall bears a cost. It's okay though, because Spirit will help you achieve balance over time. Another message here reminds you that being the only giver and not the receiver plays out in many relationships in your life where you find yourself in victim mode, in a codependent dynamic, or holding on to a false sense of control. Others may push you to continue to prove yourself. The time has come to distance yourself from this kind of imbalance. Being aware of the need for both give and take is the first step to your true destiny. It's all good and getting better. Not only can you handle this, but you can flourish as a result of it. And I knew that there's messaging within that you needed to hear. So, and we all needed to hear that. We all needed to hear that. Okay, Richard. I hope Richard can join us in the collective today. Yeah. All right. So the hungry ghosts came out for you as well, Richard. Like there was 3 cards that flew out from the wisdom of the hidden realms. Did okay, no, never mind. I was gonna say something. Oh, that's okay, love. You join whenever you get there, and hopefully we're all still there. We should be. Okay. So we've got the hungry ghosts, Richard. The hungry ghosts it's about obsessions or scarcity consciousness and attachment. And we have to be careful that we're not overly attaching to too much. So the other 2 cards that came out are the Chess Queen and the Altar Priestess. So these are 2 powerful energies. The Chess Queen asks you to trust, but is also about strategizing. And whereas the Altar Priestess, she's about preparation, prayer, and sacred ritual. So there's something big change that's happening within your life, and I know that, you know that, we're very aware. So this here, you're moving from this space of the hungry ghost and not staying in that victim mindset or holding those old wounds up in front of you as if it's like a mantle. I am, Jeff. I am. I am. Okay, so then we've got this trusting and strategizing, and then we've got the Altar Priestess. So you're being prepared. There's something big that's coming in for you. There's definitely something that's coming in for you, and it's time to really, I think, for you, do some spiritual work, right? There's like prayer or having a ritual, a specific ritual that you do, that you have. Blessed in the Shadow came out from the wisdom of the Oracle, though, and blessed is number 22. And when it's in this, it's asking for humility and grace. This is about sometimes, and the other question is, to be who you need to be, you can no longer do what you did. In a way, you have hit rock bottom, and what is required now is nothing less than total surrender. Then you will be blessed. Aw, hugs from Ontario. I lived in BC for many years, Jeff. But yeah. Hugs from Vancouver. I have friends in Vancouver. Oh, Richard's powerful. Richard's powerful. Does anyone else want a card now? Let me know. Otherwise, like I said, if everybody's good, I'll take this opportunity to go off and do some other things before we start our Mind, Body, Spirit Healthy Collective at 12:30. Marlene, perfect. Marlene. What does Marlene need to hear today? Woo! Aw, the Sun Dancers. I'm going to show you both of them because there's definitely a message in those two cards, and I'll still pull you one from the Wisdom of the Oracle. Haha! I lived in BC for 10 years of my life. I've lived in Alberta for 14 years of my life, and I've lived in Ontario for the rest. Alrighty. Marlene, can I get a good message from the Wisdom of the Oracle for Marlene, please, Spirit? Alrighty. So, this is beautiful. We've got the Sun Dancers. Now the Sun Dancers is asking you to find joyful activities to celebrate life. The more that we, hello Ivory, the more that we embrace that joy, the more that we're vibrating at that frequency, the more that things are going to be vibrating at us within that frequency as well. And life does celebrates with you when you're in that state of joy, and it celebrates you through abundance, right? And this can be abundant relationships, and this can be abundant in money, in resources. The abundance comes in, but this is just that call. Go do the things that you like to do, that bring joy into your heart, that make you laugh. And it doesn't matter what it is. Honestly, if you're on your TikTok scrolling and you're watching silly cat videos and it's making you laugh, embrace that. Allow yourself to laugh at that and just be in that state of joy, non-judgmentally. It doesn't matter where you're getting your fun, right? No, so fun. So the other card that came out for you from that deck, which was the one I chose to give you anyway, is this one that is the Sisters of the Season. The Sisters of the Season is about cycles of growth, natural law, and divine order. We're always growing and evolving. Sometimes it'll seem like we're repeating situations and we'll feel like, this is a spiral that we're in and we're just cycling through it. But you're not the same, because even though it's in a spiral like this, it's going up as well. So you may be revisiting the same spot, but you're from a higher perspective. You can look down with that higher perspective and make decisions that you didn't make the last time. So you are growing, and I see this as this beautiful, like you coming here, Rhonda, and hanging out with us, I think is just so powerful for you, so helpful, so encouraging, and it's really going to help you to move through that. The other message that came out from the Wisdom of the Oracle is the Breathe card. And this is just reminding you to go to your breath, right? And to meditate. So come back to yourself, breathe into your heart space, and doing heart focused breathing. Maybe that's what we'll do. 12-12, Simon. We can do some heart focused breathing. I need to clear some process and stuff. So let's do some heart focused breathing, okay? It's really, really easy to do. This is a technique that I studied through the Heart Math Institute, this Heart Math. They have been studying the heart and since the 60s in this space. The heart has its own neural network, and you are actually a heart-focused being, not brain-focused, right? Like we run from our heart, not from our mind. The heart actually radiates in a field around you of about 9 feet in diameter. Your brain, you can pick up the energy from it about 1 inch from your scalp. So it's a very small amount of energy that's coming out of the brain. What happens in life is you will come into the room or into an experience or into, or having those traumas or, those negative experiences happen. You will be in that situation. Your heart will pick up the energy that's there, and it sends a signal up to your brain that says, you need to do this. I need these chemicals. I need this hormone. I need, all of these things. So let's say that you're going to, you're doing something and somebody laughs at you and you feel embarrassment and your cheeks go red, what ends up happening is that your energy detects from their energy what they're going to do. And in detecting that, your heart says, I'm going to be embarrassed. So it tells your brain, flush my cheeks, raise my blood pressure, make my heart beat a little faster because I feel put on the spot, right? So that's the way that happens. So anyway, they studied for years. So we're going to just do some heart focused breathing. The heart focused breathing is that we're going to focus on our heart space, because where we focus, energy flows, right? Where your focus goes, energy flows. That's your little thing. So where we focus, our energy flows. So you can put your hand over your heart chakra. Okay, your heart is on the left side of your head, your chest. My camera may be flipped. This is my left, and your heart chakra sits central in that column that runs through your body, right? So going to your heart chakra, we're going to just focus on that, and we're going to focus on the hands. That'll give us a cue to start with. And all we're going to do is empty out our air first, because it makes it easier. Then we're going to inhale all the way down into our tummy, and then we're going to exhale. We're going to try to do this at 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out. And while we're doing it, we're going to focus on the heart. This is the quick coherence technique. Now, if you want to amp it up a little bit, the way that you can do that is you can think about something that is in a higher vibration. So gratitude, pride, love, authenticity, joy, bliss, like all of those types of emotions. So if you can think about gratitude, and it's easy to do that, you can be grateful that you're taking this time for yourself. Grateful that you are allowing yourself for this moment to just breathe, to just be. Because you don't have to do anything. You're a human being. You are worthy, just be. So be grateful that you took this moment to just breathe. Okay? So that's your message, Wanda. And for all of you, take some time. Do it every day, 3 minutes. 3 minutes a day, you can increase your healing capacity, because when you allow your heart and brain to get into coherence with one another, they're functioning optimally. When you're doing your breath work and concentrating on things like joy and gratitude, you can't be anxious or in those lower vibrational energies. And while you're not in those, that's your immune system is going to be in an optimal space. When you're in fight, flight, freeze, disassociate, or the altered states, you're not processing, you're not healing. Your immune system is depressed because you're in those altered states. When you get into rest and digest, that's when your immune system functions optimally. That's also when you are not experiencing basically time jumping. You're not spending your time in the past or your time in the future. You're in the present moment, which is where your power is, right? When you're spending your time worried about the past, or you're spending your time being anxious about the future, all you're doing is creating leaks of power to those spaces, right? You're giving your power away to the past, or you're giving your power away to the future that hasn't happened. So sit in the moment, focus on your breath, think about gratitude. Know you can't experience anxiety when you're sitting in a state of gratitude, and just allow those things to go. And when you connect to your breath, you're connecting to God, you're connecting to a miracle, you're connecting to everybody. Mwah. Love you. Alrighty, so who wants a card? I got about 10 minutes left, maybe not even, maybe I'll leave a little bit sooner than 12:30. But I will be moving to the Mind, Body, Spirit Healthy Collective. If you want to come and join us and deepen the conversation and have a really, really big, really connect, in a supportive group with a lot of powerful people. Definitely come and join us in the Mind, Body, Spirit Healthy Collective. You can find all the information on my website. It's under plans and pricing. It's a subscription group. We meet 5 days a week. You get lots and lots of support, and it's $13 a month Canadian, which will be until December, or the end of December, and then January 1st it will become $22 where it will stay. Okay, so whoa. Alrighty. So we've got these two. We've got the Camel Boy and we've got Come to the Edge in the Shadow. So Come to the Edge is, you're just getting ready to take flight, and she's doing so joyfully. She's leaping and taking that risk and moving into that space. But when it's in the shadow, there's something that's a block there, whether that's, you're just not at the spot of wanting to take that leap just yet. Maybe you don't have, you don't feel secure enough. You feel maybe not ready, right? So the protection message, I want to read it. Fear is leading the way into places you don't need to go. Most of what you fear at the moment is an illusion stemming from an old belief that isn't even true. Now is the time for courage. You will not be lost at sea. You will not watch everyone else get what you want while you are left alone and unloved. Oh, the drama of it all. False evidence appearing real is hovering over you. The more you dwell on fear, the more real it will become. Ask yourself, who in me is afraid? Love that part of you. Ask, is this true and real right now? The answer most likely is no. Give yourself a hug. It's okay to be scared. Courage must be summoned. In spite of your fear, even when you're not feeling confident, Spirit will always catch you. And it's true. So the Camel Boy is saying to take small steps and ask for help. Nope, you can just type. So with the meetings in the collective, it's okay. And I've talked about this before. If you want to join us in the Mind, Body, Spirit Healthy Collective, you can come in and just chat. You can keep your camera and your mic off and just be communicating in the chat window. A lot of people start that way for the first little bit when they show up in the group. They might not feel really comfortable yet. It's your fault. Why would you not just get up and pass? He ate grass today, and I think he's trying to clear it up, it's kind of tickling somewhere. So rather than stand up, he's so lazy. He's just lying on his side, trying to get it, clear it. It's just step up. It'd probably help you. Silly dog. So the Camel Boy is telling you to ask for help and to take small steps, Raven. Okay, so take small steps forward. Know that whatever you give your energy to is going to grow, and it's not giving your energy to it in this way, because people will be, okay, I'll focus on money. I'll just be focused all on the money, and the money's going to grow. Well, yeah, if you're focused on it in a light and love, in a beautiful, energetic kind of way, and you're like, I have so much money, I'm so abundant, I'm so rich, I love my life, I love this experience, right? That's different than focusing on money, I don't have enough money, I wish I had more money, where is the money? Because God's just looking, or the universe is just looking at that as fear, right? So it's perfect. So yeah, the level of interaction that you do in the group is completely up to you. If you want to put your camera and mic on, that's great. If you want to just keep your camera off and use your mic, that's great. And if you want to just chat, that's great too. We'll keep connected that way. And then as you start to, feel more comfortable and safe within the group, then you can start to turn your camera on or your mic on. You're welcome, Raven. Love to you, friend. Love to you. Alrighty, I love you guys. I'm so appreciative of everybody that's here. I'm so appreciative of everything, all of the attention that you've given me and hanging out with me today. I hope that the little bit of cards that you got today was helpful for you. If not, then please go and book a full reading. A full reading is a half an hour with me and the cards and whatever comes up with my intuition. You can also get an hour-long spiritual reading, which is where I will look at past lives. I will look at your spiritual gifts, activations, stuff like that. I'll channel messages for you. If loved ones are deceased and they have messages for you, they can come in. Definitely join us, Marlene. Definitely. And I know Wanda, definitely join us. Love to you. Love to you. But we're going to continue to be there. We'll be there with this beautiful supportive space. And I do want you to know that the Mind, Body, Spirit Healthy Collective is the same as this. It's a safe space. Everybody is welcome. In that space, we recognize everybody as a light being, or as a spirit, and we don't see color, race, or any of those things. It's no division and no hate is allowed within the group. You're allowed to be in there, and the only time that I would ever remove somebody from the group is because of hate or being disrespectful and stuff like that. If they were harassing other members and stuff. But I don't think that's the group that we're building. I think we're building a really loving and supportive space from what it has and what it's doing already. It's such a powerful, powerful space to be in. So I hope that you can all join me. And if not, if you're looking for healing, or you're looking for education or books or journals or readings, definitely go and check out my webpage and sign up with me. I do not solicit you in the texts or in the messages. This is my only account. There are many people out there that have been copying me or copying they take my name, or they take always make sure that you're being careful. Mine is on these things: mind, body, spirit, healthy. Dots in between them. There's one that created an account, and they call it Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Self, and they have taken my likeness as a part of their thing. There's another one that is mind.body.spirit, but they have two I's. So the spelling is wrong in spirit, or you'll see them where they'll have a dot in between two of the words. Just know I'm here and live pretty much every day, Monday to Friday, and you can connect with me. And I have a full website, Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Self. So if you want, you can go and hang out and do that. Aw, thank you for subscribing. Thank you, Dan. So that's that. And hi, Chexie. How's Paco? So I did decide to pull cards for you, Chexie, when you came in, my love. And so what we've got is we've got the chop wood card. We've got the chop wood card, which is about tending to the task. It's like chop wood, carry water. Nothing super exciting is happening right now, but it's a time to just, look at those tasks that you need to get accomplished and finished. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Raven. I appreciate you. The resting tree. Look at that. It's just patience and stillness. It's just a quiet time. It's a beautiful quiet time. I love it. I love it. Alrighty. So, rest, Chexie. Nothing big's happening, but that's okay. That's okay. It's time for peace. It's time for stillness, recuperating, tending to all those tasks. How's Paco doing? Hi, Amanda. Thank you so much for subscribing. Alrighty, guys. At 12:30, I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to the Mind, Body, Spirit Healthy Collective. For those of you that wish to join us, follow us there. For those, rest and stillness. Nothing big right now. Do you want me to send you some energy? Want me to send you some healing? Okay, love you, Chexie. Hopefully tomorrow you can join me sooner before we're ready to hop off. But I love you guys. Again, if you want to hang out with me or you want to check out the other stuff that I have, please go to my website. Be aware of people who pretend to be me. I will never spam you in the messages. You connect to me or you go to my website to book things, okay? I absolutely love you guys. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow's Thursday. Thursday already. And on Thursdays, it's Transformation Thursday. So Thursday, we will be doing some energy work. We will be doing some definite energy work. So if that's something that interests you, you can come back and join me tomorrow around 10 a.m. Eastern, barring anything blocking me. But if you want to do something at the time that you want to do something, then that's when you need to go and book it. So it's at your schedule, as it works in my calendar. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Mwah! Have a beautiful day.